Ururoa Flavell. My apologies.
Welcome, Mr. Speaker. Kia ora tātou. For the purposes of Ms Dalzell, the example that we used in the second reading with respect to this particular issue was about the land. In particular, I used the example that for some of the constituents in my area at least, and not to say that there are a lot involved in it, but say for example a whānau, we believe that a whānau could potentially lose their land, ancestral land, from another person, say for example growing cannabis on the farm without their knowledge or even consent, hopefully not the consent but more the knowledge issue. And in the sense that there have been some precedents in the past with respect to some laws that unfortunately do alienate Maori land, I've placed this issue fair and squarely in front of the Minister, and his explanation is that there are some mechanisms there. I suppose it's a real concern that those people who may not even know, and in particular multiply owned land where there are owners throughout the country, all of a sudden, or maybe not even knowing that this particular case is going on, that a family member or a trust member of some kind has been caught up in some sort of wheeling and dealing, and all of a sudden the court has determined that there are some proceeds that come from criminal activity, and those whānau members not even having firstly knowledge about the issue, secondly having to, being innocent parties, having to apply to the court to maintain that land under their ownership, which they quite rightly should have use of and obviously ownership to. That's a real concern, and I'd sort of join with Ms Dalzell in the sense that is there no possibility of this actually adding to and benefiting the bill in one form or another by support to this SOP under those circumstances. I don't think there's any contention in this, or there should not be any doubt in the minds of anyone in this Parliament that the Maori Party is determined to protect any issues around Māori land interests, and if there is any thought to the alienation of further land by any means of the court, or I suppose unwittingly, then we wanted to certainly deter any thought about that, and therefore I sort of seek the Minister to take a call to consider this line. It's very important, not that we have other concerns in the bill of course, but this is the key one. It's just one example, but nevertheless its ramifications are quite far-reaching. In particular around the issues of land. So with that, as a very brief explanation, I'd ask the Minister to perhaps take some consideration around how it might be able to be added to. Kia ora.